So, welcome to the final, the last video of the 2024 Cinematic Showdown. It's been an absolute blast. We had the semi-final and the final here today. So let's just jump straight into it. If you don't know, I got 16 friends to pick a movie. Each round was a different category. So there was international films, horror films, etc. You know, persons eliminated each round. And now we're in the final. To quickly recap the semi-final though, we had round one, which was Emil versus Hugo versus Izzy, which was a tough round. Very tough round. Like, this could have gone for, I could have gone for any of them, right? Hugo went for 3 billboards. I loved it. It was funny. It was a good story, well acted. Now, even though I loved it, it probably came third, which I can't believe because I loved it. It was great, but it just shows how good the other two were. Emil, who was the wild card from the last round, went for Trial of Chicago 7. Again, true story. I love courtroom scenes. This had plenty of that. Genuinely no complaints about that one. However, it was beat by Izzy's choice, which was Judas and the Black Messiah. Now, after watching both of them, Emil's and Izzy's, I could have gone either way. I had to take a day to think. Now, having taken like a couple days, I can definitely say I definitely did prefer Izzy's just. Like, looking back on it in hindsight, that probably was the best one. But Emil was very close to getting to the final. And I almost put him through. I almost did. But yeah, Izzy has progressed to the final. The other bracket, though, was Sarah versus Jaden versus Lewis. Lewis had gone for Babel, which I didn't have great reviews or ratings, but I actually kind of enjoyed that one. Like, it definitely beat my expectations. It was a couple stories all joined together. You know, some of the stories I didn't care for, but I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had good fun with it. Jaden chose Juno, which I was excited for, but I kind of knew I wasn't going to love that one, if I'm honest with you. It's kind of like, I feel like it's the movie you need to watch while you're young, in the fact that, like, I don't know, similar to, what's some other ones? You know, similar to like Superbad or Mean Girls or something like that, where they're great, they're universally great, but I feel like the earlier you watch them, like especially in your childhood, the more you love it. Whereas watching it now, it was fine, it was funny, but it was just kind of standard. It wasn't like, it didn't blow me away, you know. Sarah's though was one called Philomena, which I really liked. I thought Philomena was good fun. Well, actually, it wasn't good fun, but it was a high quality movie. It was quite sad, you know. And if you don't know already, well, you know, it wasn't fun, but it was quite a sad movie. And if you don't know already, I love sad movies, so I really had no complaints there. And it was kind of based on true story, based on like stuff that would happen to real people. And it was just, there was very little to complain about with that one. It wasn't like a 5 out of 5, but it was a solid 8 out of 10 movie. And Sarah progressed to the final as well. So that means the grand final, Sarah versus Izzy. Now, Izzy, record 3-0. Okay, first round, she beats Oscar with In the House. Rightly so, Oscar's was a bad choice. Second round, horror movies, she picks Hush. Tightly beats Jay and Jodie. Jay choosing Jacob's Ladder. That could have gone either way as well. But I did prefer Izzy's. Then last round, like I said, she beat Emil, not Hugo, to go to the final by picking Judas and Black Messiah. And then here she is now, final round. She has picked Yardi. Okay, we'll get on to Yardi in a minute. All I say about going into Yardi was I sort of had very bad reviews. Very bad reviews. I was a little bit unsure going into it, and I'll get onto how I thought about it in a minute. But my initial impression of Yardi was okay. That's all I'll say. Sarah's pathway though, including the last tournament last year, she was 4-1, so only lost once, won 4. If she wins the final, she'd be 5-1. First round, who did she beat first round? First round, she beat Zach with A Dog's Will. Then she beat Chris and Jaden with Deep Red. Great choice. Then she beat, like I said, Lewis and Jaden with Philomena. And now, going into the final round, she has chosen Amadeus. Now, can I just say, I've always wanted to watch Amadeus. It was one I would have watched this year if Sarah didn't pick it. So, going into it with having Yardi versus Amadeus, by far I was siding with Amadeus. And you know what? Let's just get into the finals. I have already watched both of them. Like I said, Yardi, I didn't have high expectations. Amadeus, I was very, very excited. So quick facts though before I get on to who won. Sarah actually chose movies from 1975, 1983, one in the 90s, and early 2000s. That was Sarah's four choices this tournament. So she really branched out, whereas Izzy only chose movies from 2012 to 2021. So it really is a very vast difference. You know, Sarah's most recent movie was like 2001, whereas Izzy's oldest movie was 2012. So there's a big, big difference there. Also, compared to last year, where there was two men in the final, it's now two women. So yeah, look at us switching up. And Jaden was also the only person to get to both semi-finals. So I do feel very bad for Jaden. But yeah, on to the winner. So, Yardi. It was kind of what I thought it was going to be. It probably wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't something I loved. You know what? Izzy did very well to get to the final, and she really surprised me by how good her movies were. Yardi wasn't. I didn't love Yardi, I'll be honest. I didn't. But I want to focus on how well she did, and she did very well. But yeah, Yardi, it was fine. I can't really say anything bad about it because I don't want to be harsh. But it didn't blow me away. It was just, at best, it was just kind of okay. And I would never watch it again. I don't forget to watch it again. But it's not like an awful, unwatchable B movie. There's some niceness to it, but I didn't like Yardi. Amadeus, on the other hand, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like, I loved it. It was a bit long. I'll be honest, it was a bit long, but I didn't feel the runtime too much, and yeah, it was just I really really liked it. It was it followed Mozart's life, and it was just really well done, really well executed. It had some really nice moments. Soundtrack was lovely. It was just a lot to tick, and I kind of wish Izzy had picked a different movie because I wish it was more of a head-to-head battle. But I can safely say Sarah definitely won. Sarah is by far the winner. She wins the tournament. She gets this trophy here. And yeah, Sarah is our 2024 champion. I feel very proud. I feel like it's been a good tournament. Part of me is like, maybe I wouldn't do this next year because, maybe it's going to be too tough to pick movies I've not seen. I don't know. Who knows what I'll do. But I do enjoy doing these tournaments. So I feel like it's only right that I will probably do it again at some point. But for 2024, that is it wrapped. I've really enjoyed it. Izzy was definitely a strong competitor. Hugo as well, by the way. Hugo didn't pick one bad movie. Like, he went out in the semi-final by unluckiness because he had tough opponents. But like, his three movies he picked were all like 4 out of 5s. So yeah, Hugo really got unlucky not to win. Scott, the champion from last year, he went out first round. He failed. Emil did really well. So yeah, there was a lot of fun, a lot to applaud. And that was it. I've been James. I'll see you next time. Bye.